everyone and welcome to XX Mount Potato Kitchen! Today we're making 3 different recipes. We're having 3 different sandwich and they're all pretty different from one another. Why I put them together? Because sandwich are pretty easy to make. So to give you some summer vibe and some inspiration for hot summer days and beach day and any kind of day. You can do them in the winter too, but summer's almost here, so let's get right into it. This is our first sandwich. Here we have a BLT egg sandwich. I just didn't put any bacon because I didn't have any, but feel free to put some bacon in this. That will be so good. You can see the egg, the tomato, the lettuce, the bread. Everything is so tasty. So how you make it? Well, how I did it is I started by cutting some onions to try and caramelize them. Ended up burning them, starting over, so I just did some grilled onion. But yeah, don't do the same mistake as me. Just watch your onions cook. Then you want to crack the eggs into a bowl and make sure to season them well as well. Some salt, pepper, and whatever spice you like into your eggs. I'm the kind of person who like salt, pepper, a little bit of chives, and that's it. Luigi wanted a lot of pepper and some sriracha. Then you mix them well so that it's almost homogeneous texture, so that there's no white part and yellow part. Even if there's some, it's fine. Mix them the way you like it. And then put them aside while you continue prepping the veggie. I cut a tomato because it cannot be a BLT sandwich without tomato and lettuce. Finished cooking the onion. Once they're cooked, I put them on my board right there to save them, to put them into the sandwich. Then I started cooking the eggs. Added the egg in, added some smoked Swiss cheese into this Oka artisan for people living in Canada or Quebec region. This cheese is so fucking good. Anyway, you cook it slowly, well, medium slowly. I put my stove at 5, so medium temperature. And what I did is I just moved the edge so that most of the liquid would start going under and cook so that it would cook evenly. Eventually, when I felt that everything under the egg was fully cooked, I folded it in half so that the middle cooks as well. This egg was way too big to fit in a sandwich anyway, so it needs to be folded. And then I flipped it one more time to make sure that all the liquid that decided to escape is back inside and cooking. Then I put some more butter or bacon fat, whatever you have, and I grilled the buns. Grilling the bun with this kind of sandwich is important because you do not want a mushy sandwich. English muffin would have been a great bread for this recipe, but I didn't have any, so I made this recipe with burger bun. Added the sauce of my choice, which was mayo, added some Swiss smoked cheese, added the egg, onion, tomato, lettuce, salt and pepper, and again the sauce of my choice, which was mayo that day. And this is the final result. This is our first sandwich. It was really tasty, it was good, and it was quick to do. You can even make it quicker by not cooking the onion and just put them raw, or use pickled onion as well. Our next sandwich is egg salad sandwich. It is really tasty. My mom always does that in the summer and I love it. It's quick and it's simple, and yeah. So what you want to do is you want to boil some eggs. To do that, what you do is you put them in warm water and you wait for them to boil, and once they boil, you cook them for 10 minutes. While they are cooking, you want to prep everything that you want to put in. In this case, I decided to add green onion in this recipe because it was for Luigi, and that's what he wanted. Normally what I do for this amount of eggs, approximately 10 to 12 eggs, I put either a full or half an onion depending on the size of them. Once the eggs are fully cooked, you transfer them into an ice bath, and that is important because you want to do a heat contrast with the egg shell and the egg so that the shell is easier to remove and that the egg looks more whole when you remove the shell. It is more important when you do eggs that you were gonna eat as whole and not like mashed, but it's still good to have the full egg in your recipe and not just parts of them stuck on the shell. It is not a magic trick, but it works pretty well. Once you're done peeling all of the eggs, you remove the excess water that may have followed, and you start mashing them with a masher. Eventually, the masher was not doing a good job. I hate this one, but I'm stuck with it, so I'm using it. I switched to a fork and I kept destroying the eggs as much as I could. Once I was satisfied with the texture, do it as fine as you like. My mother really like it really fine. I don't mind because I don't mind having to bite in an egg. She doesn't like eggs, but she loved this recipe. Don't ask questions. I don't know the answer. Then I added the green onion, I added the mayo, the seasoning, sriracha, smoked paprika, salt, pepper. Always, those recipes will always be to taste because it is so different from one another. But I have put some approximate measurement onto my coffee and on my website. Then you mix everything well and you serve that on the bread of your choice. You can put that into wraps, you can put that on toasted bread like I did, on regular raw bread, not raw, but like uncooked, untoasted. There we go. And you have this amazing. You can add lettuce, you can add tomato, you can add what you want. And this is the final result. They were really good. Next recipe. It's Evie's favorite. It's the chicken salad sandwich. I made those on ciabatta bun that day and it was really tasty. And I made some for Evie that day and she was really happy. What you want to do is you want to start by removing the parts that you don't want from the celery and you want to chop them really tinely. So I used a special blade on my food processor to do that. And then I cut them all and removed them from the food processor. Then I changed the blade to a regular one. Added the pre-cooked chicken. I cooked it on a different day to make chicken stock, and this was stored in the freezer and I thawed it so it was ready to be used for chicken sandwich. I chopped them into the food processor to reach this kind of texture, like big like piece but like not a paste. You want to have chicken piece and not just like a paste of chicken. Then you want to mix this mixture of chicken and celery with some mayo and mayo chipotle as well. For the amount, it depends really of the amount of chicken you have, so I recommend going like a scoop at a time unless you know the amount that you want. And to mix everything, add salt and pepper to taste, and once everything is mixed, you can store that into the fridge for like 5 days and eat that for lunch all week. You add mayo if necessary and you serve that on the bread that you like. Like I said earlier, I did it on ciabatta bread. I added some lettuce and I added more mayo on the top of the bread because ciabatta bread tends to be a little bit dry, but I normally, when I do it with normal sandwich bread, I do not add any more mayo because there's enough in the mixture from the beginning. So that is today's recipe. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Those sandwiches were really tasty. They require a lot of mayo for the egg sandwich and the chicken sandwich, but they are still a healthy alternative to a lot of different kind of food that you could get like at the store because you can control the portion and the amount that you put and everything. So if that's something that you are conscious about and want to make some changes, those recipes are perfect for summertime to make quick lunch. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and I will see you guys next week for another video. Bye bye!